liberty, and justice for all.
Washington County Commissioners held one of their last meetings in the old County Commission chambers Friday. The special meeting was to consider a resolution to authorize the issuance of sales tax revenue bonds up to $20 million.
A resolution that indicates that the county may issue up to $20 million of debt for a term not to exceed 25 years at an interest rate not to exceed 6%.
The bond money would be used to remodel the county assessor's building on St. George Boulevard. Currently, county commissioners are hoping to lease the refurbished assessor's building to the federal courts to help offset the remodeling costs.
I've had several meetings with the federal courts, and they are looking for a new home. From the 5th District Court is where they're currently housed. And they are looking for a new place to go and expand a little bit. So through all the conversations that we've had, we have considered, the county has considered our county building that's on the corner, on the Boulevard, as a potential new housing location for not only our justice court, but the federal courts. And we don't have to go through with this if at the end we decide that it's not in the best interest for the county, or perhaps the federal government will decide that it's not in the best interest for them. But knowing that we do have a very tight time period of what they've sort of discussed with us.
We gave the facelift to the Boulevard building, but we did not renovate the inside, and so one of the challenges is as we go to lease it to the federal courts and remodel it for them, we're not entirely sure what those costs will be, and so that's why I think we place this at what we think will be excessive of what we'll need to remodel it.
We anticipate, with the federal government being a beneficiary of some of the improvements, that a portion of the bonds would be taxable. I think we don't know exactly what that percentage is right now. Some of that will depend on what cash the county might inject into the project that would potentially reduce the federal portion of that.
Unlike the new Washington County Administration building, which the county built with savings, the remodeling of the assessor's building would be partially paid for using lease monies and through the sale of the bonds, of which a portion may be taxable.
That was built with reserves as well as the parking garage, but this is different. You can accept a bond where you're actually making some money to pay it off, as you just stated. And I think there's a big difference there, and I want people to know.
Justice Court will remain in the assessor's building.
Renovation of the inside of the Boulevard building was going to be necessary regardless, and the lease would help offset that substantially, if not totally, over the 20-year lease that we'd have with the federal government. So,
during the proposed remodeling, the federal courts would have use of the old county offices, including the county commission chambers for hearings. In the meantime, county commissioners have already moved into their new space. The other county offices will follow suit over the next couple of months. Final approval of the bonds will come after a public hearing in February. In Washington County, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.